Good morning and welcome to the Shining Light Yoga online page. So this morning we have another flow with myself, with Jen. This will be a home flow practice. I'm going to start this morning in a seated shape. You can grab a block if you like to pop a block underneath your sits bones. And when you're ready, we'll start to come into our breath. Finding nice, long, deep, steady breaths. Using the breath to find this deeper connection to the body. So maybe the breath is focusing on the movement. Maybe it's on the temperature of the breath on the upper lip. You might use the mantra of in and out as you follow your breath. Sometimes what we may notice is that the mind will start to settle into the rhythm or the feeling, sensation of the breath. I like to take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. Inviting yourself into some softness. Allowing this moment to be exactly as it is. Welcoming and observing yourself exactly as you are. Invite you when you're ready. Maybe on an inhale to bring your left hand to your heart and your right hand to your belly. Maybe a long, deep breath here. When you're ready, I'm going to invite you to start our physical practice by taking our right leg out wide. We're going to keep our left knee bent, keep the heel in towards the groin. I'd like you to squeeze into your bent left leg by using your quadricep and your calf muscles, squeezing, keeping the knee safe. Pressing down through the top of the foot into the floor and keeping the right toes and the right knee pointing towards the ceiling. You can place a block on the inside of your shin bone if you like, or maybe you have your hand to the floor and keep your arms straight. Or for some of you, it might be comfortable to bring that right forearm down to the floor. Taking our left arm up to the ceiling as we open the chest and the heart, and staying with that connection of our breath. You might like to bring the top arm up and over the ear, lengthening the side waist, but staying really grounded down through that left hip and left bent leg. Just breathing life along the left side of the body, feeling it expand into the intercostal muscles. With the inhale, lift you up, and we'll take the left hand behind us into that tent shape where on the tips of the fingers. Bring the right hand to the outer edge of the left thigh. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale as you twist. You might like to drop your left ear towards your left shoulder, stretching the right side of your neck. Smooth breath, just breathing into the parts of the body that feel a little bit sticky. And inhale as we come back to center. We'll take the other side, taking left leg out wide, taking a bend into our right knee. The same action with the right leg, making sure that it's grounded, Bringing the left hand to the inside of the left leg when you're ready. Maybe the forearm to the floor or onto your block. And taking your right arm up towards the ceiling, opening the heart again. Maybe the top arm comes over the ear, reaching in the direction of the straight leg. Not trying to hold onto the foot or anything. If that's in your practice and you want to, you're very welcome. But the intention is really focusing on expanding into the top side of the body, staying grounded through the right hip, and exploring the breath in the body. And how does it feel to breathe? And inhale when you're ready, coming back up through center as we take the twist. So bringing the right hand behind, left hand to the outer edge of the right knee, turning to the back of the room. And again, this time maybe right ear to right shoulder. And you're ready, coming back through center. I'm going to take both legs out wide now. I'm going to flex my feet so my toes are pointing towards the ceiling. You can take a bend in your knees if you like. I'm going to invite you to maybe not use the hands, but if you would like to, by all means, just tent the hands to the fingertips. We're just going to rock forward and back on the sits bones, just starting to feel into the hip creases a little, starting to activate the core. Exhale as you go forward. Inhale as you lift up. Only go as far as you're comfortable. Long, deep breath. There's that serious face of mine again. We inhale when we come up. Beautiful. Take a bend in the knees, soles of the feet come towards each other. Take the feet about hips distance or mat distance apart, hands behind. We're going to sway the knees from side to side, rolling through the lower back, the hips, the pelvis. And when you're ready, we're going to roll onto our backs. We're going to rock and roll forward and back. So you can choose whether you hug your shins, hold the backs of your thighs. We're going to roll along the spine from the shoulders to the sits bones a couple of times, massaging our back into the floor. And when you're ready, come all the way up to standing. Press through the feet. Inhale as we lift up. Exhale, arms out wide. Interlace the hands behind you. Maybe hold your elbows if that's more comfortable. And when you're ready, soft through the knees, folding forward. Maybe the forehead in towards the shins and the arms away from the lower back. Deep breath. Inhale into Utkatasana. We're going to move through from Utkatasana into our skiers pose. So this can look however you like. Sweep the arms back. Inhale as we lift them up to Utkatasana chair pose. Exhale, sweep them back. Some of you might come high into your tiptoes as we do this. Others might let the head hang. Just move how your body feels comfortable today in this moment for yourself. Just warming it up as we begin our practice. Inhale as we come back to Utkatasana into chair pose. Then pressing down through our left foot, we're going to draw our right knee up in towards the heart. And then exhale, we're going to step the right foot to the back of the mat. We're going to keep the back knee lifted just for a moment as we feel into this shape. And then we're going to drop the back knee down. Inhale, Anjaneyasana. So we want to make sure our hips are nice and square. So if you want to, draw your right hip forward just a little bit more. Sometimes it's only a millimeter or two it needs to move, but you'll feel it. When you're ready, left hand holds the right hand and take the lean over to the left. Just breathing down through the front of the right hip. Again, explore the edges of your breath in your body. Inhale to center as we take the twist out to the right. Inhale back to center. Exhale, frame the front foot. I'm going to drop the front knee out to the side, so you might heel and toe your foot a little wider if you like. When you're ready, bring that right knee back into the heart and then step it back to plank, pushing into downward facing dog. Take a breath here, soften the backs of the knees. Walk yourself forward when you're ready into Ardha Uttanasana, half lift. Exhale as we fold. Inhale all the way up to standing, arms to the ceiling. Exhale, Utkatasana, sweeping down through into a forward fold. Inhale, Utkatasana. And full pressing into our right foot. Exhale as we draw the knee up in towards the heart. On the next out breath, step the left foot to the back of the mat into that high crescent lunge for a moment. And then as you're ready, dropping the back knee down to the earth as we come into Anjaneyasana. Again, squaring the hips off. The right hand takes hold of left wrist when you're ready. We exhale, take the lean over to the right. Long breath along the left side. Ready, inhale through center, exhale as we take our twist out to the left, keeping both hips forward. Inhale back to center again, exhale as we frame the front foot. Again, letting that front knee knock out to the side, roll to the outer blade of the foot, just let it go as far as you're comfortable, just warming into our hips. We've got lots of hips coming up. Knee back to the heart and then stepping into plank, finding downward facing dog on your out breath. And to the tiptoes, rolling forward into plank. Exhale, bending the knees, rolling back into downward facing dog. Moving through your rolling dog in your own pace, in your own way. Just transitioning through these two shapes. Feeling into the body to make it feel nice and comfortable. Finding mobility through the spine. When you're ready, we're going to make our way to the top of the mat again. Coming into Ardha Uttanasana on an inhale, half lift. Exhaling as we fold over the thighs. Inhaling all the way up to standing, arms to the ceiling. Exhaling, hands to hearts. Inhaling as we take our arms up, drawing our right knee in towards the chest, and then stepping our right foot to the back of the mat again. A moment in our high lunge, and then dropping the knee down. Make sure the hips feel square to the front of the room. This time with the back shin, I'm going to invite you to sweep it just 45 degrees over towards your left, and then take the lean over to the left. You might feel this a little differently through the hip. Keep drawing the outer edge of that right hip towards your front left knee. Then when you're ready, swing the back shin around so it's parallel again. Come into the twist. Maybe catch the back foot if you like, but rather than drawing it in close to you, maybe extend it back, lifting the heart a little more into a back bend. If you'd like to take this into a deeper back bend, you might keep hold of your ankle, push through the front foot, press the back foot to the earth, then windmill the hands forward, stepping into plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale as we roll forward to plank. This time as we exhale, we'll drop our knees, untuck our toes, lower to the floor. Inhale to Cobra Pose, rolling up through the head and chest. And taking a breath, exhale as we lower. Spider the hands out to the side. Inhale, maybe lift a little higher. Exhale as we lower. Inhale as we come up. Exhaling down. Hands next to the lower ribs. Sits bones towards the heels for a moment in child's pose. And then straightening our legs into Ardha Shavasana, downward facing dog. Deep breath here. Settling in. When you're ready, walking your way to the top of the mat, coming into Ardha Uttanasana, our half lift again. Exhaling as we fold. Inhaling all the way up to standing. Exhaling, thumbs to heart. We're ready, inhaling as we draw our left knee up towards the heart. Exhale as we step the foot to the back of the mat into our Crescent Lunge. And then again, when you're ready, we're going to drop the back knee. Hips are nice and square to the front of the room. That back shin swings around, just around 45 degrees, taking hold of the wrist and taking our lean over to the right. Deep breath. Inhale as you come back to center. Take our twist out to the left. Make sure you straighten out through that back shin bone. Maybe choose to grab the foot if you like. Rather than drawing the heel in today, the option to push through the foot to take a little bit more of a back bend. If you want to go a little bit further, you might choose to then hold the heel, push the foot all the way back to the floor, sweeping the right arm towards the back of the room, lifting the heart. Again, windmill the hands forward, stepping into plank. Holding here for a breath. When you're ready, drop the knees. Exhale as we lower down to the mat. Slide forward and through into Cobra Pose. Maybe press to Upward Facing Dog. Meeting back in Downward Facing Dog on your exhale. Smooth breath in. Gentle breath out. Behind the tiptoes. Walk, step or jump your way to the top of the mat. Ardha Uttanasana. Exhaling as we fold. Inhaling all the way up to standing, deep breath. Exhale to cactus the arms. Sweep the arms behind, interlace the fingers, lift the heart. Exhale, soft knees, fold forward, belly to thighs, maybe forehead in the direction of your shins, lift the arms. Long breath. When you're ready, releasing the hands, inhaling half lift. We're going to step the right leg to the back of the mat, dropping our knee. Inhale, Anjaneyasana. Wonderful. When you're ready, taking just a few moments here to move through your own body in this shape. So I'm taking cactus arms, I'm stretching from side to side. What I'll invite you to do in a moment is bring the palms together above the head and then start to make some circles. Nice. And then frame the front foot when you're ready. Stepping back to plank. Exhale, maybe chaturanga or to the floor for cobra. Starting to move through your own flow as we warm the body. When you're ready, meeting back in downward facing dog. A long, deep breath. Tying the toes, bend the knees, step, walk or jump. Exhaling as we fold. Inhaling all the way up to standing again as you're ready. Exhaling, arms out wide, interlacing the fingers behind again, opening through the heart, deep breath. Exhale, folding. Breath in, breath out. Ready, release the hands, inhaling half lift, lifting our left leg, placing it to the back of the mat, dropping the knee, finding that Anjaneyasana shape. And then again, any movement here you like, cactus the arms, sweep them behind you, whatever you would like to do. In your own time, when you're ready, bring the palms together above the head. I'm going to invite you to make those circles again. Circling the spine in one direction. And circling the spine in the other direction. When you're ready, the hands will frame the front foot. Stepping back to plank. Maybe exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. When you're ready, meeting back in downward facing dog in Ardha Shavasana. Soft bend in the knees, little bend in the elbows, hugging the lower ribs, pushing the floor away. So much beautiful action for the whole body in this shape. Inhaling, right leg to the ceiling when you're ready. And we're going to tent the hands, we're going to walk them halfway down the mat, halfway towards your standing legs, so almost moving into a standing splits. And then we're going to take that right knee to your right shoulder. Hands can stay on tents or you can bring them flat to the floor. Exhale as you squeeze, inhale as you lift up, walk the hands forward into plank, exhale knee to shoulder, three-legged dog, cross it over, inner left elbow, three-legged dog, knee to nose, place the foot between the hands. When you're ready, inhale, crescent lunge, deep breath. Beautiful. Alright, we're going to hop that back foot in just slightly as we find warrior one, keeping our hips squared at the front of the room, arms above the head, deep breath. Maybe bring the hands into prayer at the heart, straightening through the front leg and taking our lean forward over that front leg. Keep drawing the right hip back, left hip forward, hips square. The heart is moving towards the top of the foot. When you're ready, plant the hands, taking the right leg up and back, stepping into plank. Find your flow. Exhale, downward movement. Inhale, upward movement. Leaning back in downward facing dog. Hey. Nice. When you're ready, inhaling left leg up this time. And again, we're going to tent the hands. We're going to walk halfway down the mat into a variation of standing splits, but not quite. And then on your exhale, and take our left knee to our left shoulder, or as high as we can on that left arm. And choose whether the hands stay flat or in tent. On the next one, we're going to come all the way forward into our plank. And knee to shoulder or tricep again. Cross it over. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose. Place the foot between the hands. Inhaling, crescent lunge. Take a moment to stretch the back hip. And then we're going to find our warrior one as we hop that back foot in just a little. Keeping the back foot slightly turned out. Hips nice and square. Hands to prayer at the heart if you like. Or this time, maybe sweep the arms back. Straightening through the front leg as we find our pyramid pose. This time your left hip is hugging back, your right hip is moving forward. Again, your heart is moving towards the top of your foot. When you're ready, plant the hands either side of the front foot, lift the toes, sweep it up and back for three-legged dog, and then step it into plank. Exhale, chaturanga if you like, jaw to the floor for cobra. Meeting back in Ardha Mukha Shavasana as you're ready. A deep breath. When you're ready, high in the toes, bend the knees, step, walk or jump your way to the top of the mat, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhaling as we fold. Inhaling all the way up to standing. Deep breath. When you're ready, inhale, sweeping the arms forward. Exhale as we fold. Inhaling, half lift. Exhale, step or jump your way back, moving through your flow, starting to build a little more heat and maybe a little faster pace in our practice. When you're ready, inhale, right leg to the ceiling. Exhale, knee to tricep. Inhale, up and back. Cross it, tricep again. Cross it over this time. Kick the leg out to the side, fallen triangle, taking our left arm to the ceiling, deep breath. And the top arm over the ear, plant it down, sweep the right leg up and back, three-legged dog. Knee to nose, placing the foot between the hands. Crescent lunge on an inhale. Take a breath to arrive, and then on an exhale, find your warrior two. Then straighten through the front arm, sweep the front leg, sweep the front arm up and back for a reverse Trikanasana. Transition through warrior two as we windmill the hands to the floor into a twisted lunge. Stay there if you like, or take Cleopatra as we roll to the outer blades of the feet, sweeping it all the way around into Skandasana with the left knee bent, facing out to the left long edge of the mat. Walk your way back to the top of the mat as we step into plank. Exhale, chaturanga, or to the floor for cobra. Finding your flow, feeling your breath. So this is our sequence now. This is how we're going to move through. So find any variations you like. Inhale, left leg to the ceiling, knee to tricep. Inhale, again to the tricep. Cross it over, kick the leg out to the side, take fallen triangle. Right arm to the ceiling, deep breath. Right arm over the ear to lengthen the sideways. Plant the hand, three-legged dog on an inhale. Knee to nose, placing the foot between the hands, crescent lunge. On an out breath, opening to warrior two. Maybe smile. Come on, Jen. Nice. Straightening through the front leg, sweep the front arm up and back, reverse Trikanasana. And then when you're ready, maybe through warrior two, windmill the hands to the floor into our twisted lunge. Stay there. Right hand down, left arm up. Or Cleopatra, roll to the outer blades of the feet. Then sweep it all the way around to the right side of the mat into our Skandasana with a bend into our right knee. Left leg is straight. Hands can be to the floor or in prayer. Make our way back to the top of the mat. Again, stepping into plank. Exhale, find your flow. Find your rhythm, whatever that looks like for you for today. You're going to tent the hands and walk the hands towards the feet. Take a couple of breaths and a forward fold. Really shifting your weight into the balls of the feet. Inhale as you lift the spine. Exhale as you fold. Walking back out into plank when you're ready. Exhale through chaturanga. Inhaling into upward facing dog. Leaning back in downward facing dog when you're ready. Inhale, right leg to the ceiling. Again, knee to tricep. Inhale, up and back. Again to the tricep. Inhaling. Cross it over on the out breath. Fallen triangle. Maybe this time you lift the right leg. Arm over the ear. Plant the hand. Three-legged dog with the right leg up. Exhale, knee to nose. Place the foot between the hands. Crescent lunge as you breathe in. Warrior 2 as we breathe out. Reverse Trikanasana, straightening the front leg. Transitioning through Warrior 2. Windmill the hands to the floor to your twisted lunge. Cleopatra as we roll to the outer blades of the feet. Sweep it all the way around to the right side of the mat, long edge. Sitting down into Skandasana. Moving to the top of the mat, use the hands or not. Stepping into plank, excuse me. Moving through your flow. When you're ready, left side, inhaling left leg. Exhale, knee to tricep. Inhaling up and back. Again to try. Inhaling. Cross it over, fallen triangle. Keep the leg out to the side. Take the hand towards the ceiling. Maybe lift the leg if you like. Top arm up and over. Three-legged dog with the left leg sweeping up. Knee to nose. Place the foot between the hands. Inhaling crescent lunge. Exhaling warrior 2. Reverse Trikanasana. Front leg straightens. Front arm lifts up and back. Deep breath. Nice, warrior 2 as we windmill the hands into our twisted lunge. Left arm to the ceiling, maybe Cleopatra. Again, sweep it all the way around to the long edge of the mat into Skandasana. Steady breath. Back to the top of the mat, use the hands or not, your choice. Stepping to plank, find a flow that's comfortable for your body or skip it and go straight to downward facing dog. Again, we're going to tent the hands, walk the hands back to the feet. Finding our forward fold, you can do as we did before, and inhale up, exhale down, or this time maybe choosing Padahastasana with the hands underneath the feet. You can turn the palms up or down, but try to get the toes right up to the wrist creases. Here at the moment, initially my shoulders are hanging down towards my ears, which feels quite comfortable, but we really want the resistance of the hands to pull up. It actually feels much nicer once we get the shoulders working. Maybe you'd prefer to practice Padangustasana, where we pistol grip the big toes. We inhale to half lift, look forward, soft bend in the knees. Exhale, folding over the legs. Again, lifting the shoulders up away from the ears by pulling through the big toes. When you're ready, a half lift. Inhale. So you exhale, bring the hands to the hips, and then inhale all the way up to standing. And take just a few moments in standing. Utkatasana pose, mountain pose. Feeling the efforts of your practice. Noticing maybe what's shifting through your mind today. Again, feeling this connection of the external and the internal as they connect through the breath. When you're ready, inhale, sweeping the arms up. Exhale as we fold forward. Walking our hands out into plank. Taking a breath. I'm going to take a three-legged plank as we lift the right leg to tricep twice, and then three-legged dog up and back. Cross it over again for fallen triangle. Take any variation you like with your leg. Sweep it up and back, three-legged dog. Right leg is lifted. Exhale, knee to nose. Place the foot between the hands. Crescent lunge as we inhale. Exhale, warrior 2. Again, reverse Trikanasana, straightening the front leg. Windmill the hands to the floor. Maybe find Cleopatra. up and around Skandasana. This time we're going to pause here for a moment. Maybe open the arms up. Left hand crosses in front of the left shin bone, right arm to the ceiling. Maybe sit down if you like. Take a deep breath. And when you're ready, push through the feet. Come back to the top of the mat. Stepping into plank. Pause here. Bring the big toes to touch. We're going to drop the heels over towards the left and maybe take the right arm to the ceiling. You might draw your top leg up, draw your knee in towards the chest. Maybe pistol grip the big toes if you like and extend the leg. We're going to place the right foot to the top of the mat, however you'd like to get there. Dropping your back knee and finding half Hanumanasana, our half splits. If you would like, you're welcome to slide the front leg forward, back leg back into full Hanuman. I haven't done a lot for splits, guys, so just feel into your hips. Try to keep them square rather than moving off to the side. This is a new variation of the half Hanuman that I learned while I was up at Creatures Yoga, which I love. When you're ready, stepping back into plank pose, find downward facing dog. Deep breath. And do that on the other side. When you're ready, inhale as we roll forward to plank. Exhale, left knee to tricep twice. Then inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, cross it over. Find your fallen triangle, whatever that might look like for you today. Bringing the top arm over the ear and down to the mat when you're ready. Sweep it up and back, three-legged dog, left leg lifted. Left foot between the hands. Inhale, Crescent Lunge. Exhale, Warrior Two. Flip. Take it into reverse Trikanasana, stretching through that front leg. Windmill the hands down towards the floor. Twisted lunge. Cleopatra if you like. Skandasana at the back of the mat. Deep breath. Again, pausing here. Maybe opening out as we did so on the other side. This time left arm to the ceiling, right arm crosses in front of the right shin. Again, maybe you sit down. Deep breath. Pressing through the feet as we lift back up. Top of the mat. Use your hands or not, your choice. Stepping into plank, and taking our side plank. Maybe you stay with the twist, or maybe your left arm comes towards the ceiling. Maybe hug your right knee in. Pistol grip the big toe if you like. One side is always tighter than the other. This one is much harder for me. And we're going to bring that left foot all the way to the top of the mat. Landed with a thud. Half Hanuman if you like, where we just shift the hips back, keeping the back knee bent, front leg straight, or slide it out. As I said, this side is much tighter for me, so it's really lovely for me to sway from side to side. I feel a little more through the inner seam of the front leg. Practice that other half variation that I was saying I learnt when I was at Creatures the other week, which was a beautiful variation. The front foot is still bent, but not as much as the back knee in the other half variation. Stepping into plank, downward facing dog when you're ready. Long breath. High in the toes. Bend the knees. Step, walk, or jump to the top of the mat. Ardha Uttanasana. Exhaling as we fold. You're going to come all the way down through our squat onto our mats. Sits bones to the earth. Maybe take a little squeeze, wrap your arms around your shin bones. Take a deep breath. Nice. When you're ready, I'm going to invite you to bring the legs all the way out in front. Let's bring our fingertips down by our sides so we're tenting the hands. I like to point and flex my feet whenever I come to seated. Taking the shape that my son actually told me is called Christmas tree now. We're going to drop our right ear over towards our right shoulder. Left ear, left shoulder. Maybe smile. Inhale as we come to center. Taking a bend into the left knee. Taking the left foot over the right leg and to the outer edge. And then sliding that left heel all the way down towards the right hip. Taking a deep breath, walking the sits bones back. You're very welcome to sit on your block. Maybe even pop it underneath the straight leg to have a little more softness into the knee. When you're ready, in your own way, taking a deep inhale as we lengthen the spine forwards, and the out breath folds us over. Maybe choosing to soften here in your shape. One of the things that I love about these forward folds is this opportunity to notice, be with the sensation. It is fairly strong all the way through the back of the leg, through the back body as we stretch the back fascia. So how are you feeling today? When you're ready on your inhale, coming all the way back up, both legs out in front. And then taking it to the other side. So we take a bend into the right knee. Placing the right foot to the outer edge of the left knee. And then sliding the heel towards the outer edge of the left hip. So the same setup again. You can sit on a block. You can bring it underneath the straight leg. Just noticing if there's a difference between left and right sides of the body. For most of us, there usually is. Taking a forward fold when you're ready. Long, deep breath. So again, I propose the question, how are you today? How are you feeling? Physically, emotionally, mentally? Maybe like most of us, just riding the waves of emotion and experience day to day. Long, deep breaths. When you're ready on an inhale, rolling up through the spine, bringing both legs out in front again, maybe choosing to have a little bounce through the legs. And then when you're ready, we're going to take the left leg up and over like we just did a moment ago. And you might choose to keep that bottom leg out straight or sweep it underneath so that both legs are crossed, knees are stacked on top of each other. We invite you to take the arms out wide. Left arm is under, right arm is over. Maybe bringing the palms together, stretching the elbows up towards the ceiling, keeping the lower ribs hugging in, creating space into the upper back, to the back of the heart. Releasing when you're ready. And starting to bring your right arm up and over. Take the left arm out wide, turn the left thumb to the back of the room so the palm faces behind you. Maybe sweeping the left arm behind and grabbing hold of the fingers if that's available. Opening through the front of the armpit, taking a nice, long, deep, steady breath. Again, just being with sensation. It's one of the things that I think is a really beautiful gift about the floor practice. And it's almost an invitation for us to drop into a slight practice of meditation, slowing down the breath, letting the heat now just dissolve all the way through the body. When you're ready, release the arms out wide, roll through the shoulders, stretch the fingers if you like. So you can choose to bring the legs out in front again or press the outer blades of the feet. Sweep yourself all the way around through to the back of your mat with straight legs. Come back to the top of your mat as you turn around. On the outer blades, bend the knees, drop them forward. Now you should find that you're on the other side for your Utkatasana, cow face. Left leg is now under, right leg is over. Taking our arms out wide. Eventually bringing left arm over, right arm under as we wrap the forearms. Again, maybe bringing the palms together. Deep breath. Long inhales. Steady out breaths.
Deep breaths in, smooth breaths out.
Beautiful. Release when you're ready. Taking your left arm up and behind you. Taking your right arm out wide and behind you. Maybe taking hold of the pads of your fingers, gripping. Long, deep breath. Opening through the heart. Long inhales, gentle out breaths. Lengthening the spine, grounding through the sits bones and the pelvis. When you're ready, release the arms, roll through the shoulders, extend out through the fingertips. Long, steady breath. Again, you might press into the outer blades of your feet, swing it all the way around, coming back to the top of your mat, then jump. Whoop! I caught my toes. Nice. When you're ready, as we did at the beginning of the practice, and we invite you to take your legs out wide, just holding onto the pelvis, rolling forward and back on the sits bones. Just feeling a little movement through the hips, shifting the heart forward and back. Legs are strong, knees are pointing up towards the ceiling. Just feeling into the base chakras and the base of the pelvis. When you're ready, bend the knees. We're going to make our way onto our backs. Stretching the arms out long, stretching the legs out long. Deep breath. When you're ready, bring the arms down by your sides if you like. Plant the feet hips distance apart. Hugging our right knee in towards the chest, stretching the left leg out in front. Maybe hover that left foot off the floor. Reaching the arms forward, rolling the head and shoulders up off the mat. And then maybe choosing to extend out through the right leg. Pulsing on our breath. Exhale as we squeeze the forehead to the knee. Inhale as we release head and shoulders back. And pumping the breath here a little, really deep down into that lower belly. It gets pretty hard pretty fast. Draw the knees in towards the chest when you're ready. We'll come to the other side. Now left knee is hugging in, right leg is stretching out in front. Lift the head and shoulders, reach the arms forward, extend the left leg, maybe smile, Jen. Again, starting to pulse. Exhale, knees, nose to the knee. Inhale as we release head and shoulders down. Feel this in the lower belly and in towards the upper ribs. When you're ready, both knees in. Stretch the arms long up and over the head. Maybe extend the legs to the ceiling. Deep breath. When you're ready, take a bend in the knees. Place the feet down to the floor. Arms by our sides, palms facing down. Take a breath to settle, to arrive on your back. And when you're ready, scoot your shoulder blades underneath as we lift up through the heart. And then on an inhale, lift the chest a little higher. Press the back of the head down into the mat, and then on your exhale, push through the feet to lift the hips into our bridge pose. Squeezing into the glutes, pushing down through the balls and the feet, the balls and the heels evenly, and lifting up through the pubic bone. Pressing the back of the head down into the floor, the heart, so the chest moving towards the chin, and on your exhale, rolling down. Sit here for a moment, do whatever you like, whether you sway your knees or you find stillness. This is your practice. When you're ready, we'll go again. So scooping the shoulder blades under. Inhale as we lift through the chest, and then exhale to push through the feet and lift the hips. And bridge pose. Long, deep breath. Trying to get a little more into that upper back. On the exhale, as we lower all the way down to the floor. Again, take a moment. Any little counter movement that you like. And when you're ready, do one more round. Scoop the shoulder blades under again. Inhale, lift through the chest. Then exhale, push through the feet to lift the hips. Stay here if you like. I know lots of you love wheel pose. So if you would like to, place your hands next to your ears. Push all the way up. Still feeling a little tight in my shoulders. Haven't really done a lot of shoulder work today. As we exhale, lowering all the way down to the floor. Taking a moment. Stretching the legs out when you're ready. Taking our twist. Drawing our left knee up in towards the chest. Taking it over to the right side of the mat. Both shoulders flat to the floor. Use a block if you like underneath your knee. Stay there if you want to. Long deep breath. The other option is to reach down with your left hand and take hold of the top of your right foot by bending into your right knee. We're here for a few deep breaths, so allow yourself to settle in. Feel supported by the floor beneath you. And when you're ready on your inhale, coming back to center, maybe find a little mini Shavasana with legs stretched out. And drawing the right knee in, taking the right knee up and over to the left side of the mat. Shuffling so we feel comfortable. Again, use the block if you want to underneath your knee, both shoulders to the floor. Stay there, or with the right hand reaching down. Taking hold of the top of the left foot to bend into the left knee. And finding your variation of your twist. Letting it settle, finding softness. When you're ready, coming back through center, taking a moment in your mini Shavasana if you like. Last shape I'll invite you into is Viparita Karani. So taking your block and placing it underneath your sacrum, where your bottom and your spine meet. Your pelvis and your spine. The block can be on the low side, on the medium side, or I have it here on the high side. It doesn't need to go on the high side. Being mindful that if you're on carpet and a mat like myself, it can feel a little bit unstable. There's a little bit of movement. And we want to really try to be as relaxed here as we can be. Letting gravity do all the work. Letting our mind soften. Feel comfortable with your arms down by your sides. They might stay there. You might choose to take them into cactus, or you might choose to take them up and over the head, so that the arms are still resting to the floor, but they might be nice and long. There's nothing here that you need to do anymore. Finding a depth of the breath. As I say, gravity will do the work, inviting the drainage of the fluids down through the legs. I do love lion's breath in this shape. So if you like, maybe you start to deepen your breath or when it feels comfortable. Breathing in through your nose and sticking your tongue out. Take as many of these breaths as you like. You can feel cleansing. When you're ready, take a bend in the knees, place the feet to the earth. Take the block out from underneath, lower the hips down as we find our way into Shavasana. invite you to relax your toes. Soften your backs of your knees. Relaxing the shoulders and the spine, back of the head. Long, deep breath. If you would like to stay a little longer in Shavasana, then please feel free to stay exactly as you are. I'm going to invite you, if it's comfortable, to move into some pranayama, which you're welcome to do either lying on your back or seated. If you would like to make your way into an upright seat, we're going to practice into Nadi Shodhana, our alternate nasal breath. So you might choose to keep your left hand resting either by your side or your hand on your knee if you're seated, and bringing your right hand to your face, curling in little finger and ring finger in towards the palm, bringing the first two fingers to the third eye, the space between the eyebrows, taking a deep breath in through both nostrils, a long breath out through both, blocking the right nostril and inhaling through the left, and then exhaling through the right side. Inhaling through the right side and exhaling through the left. This is one round. Continue on your breath, inhaling through the left, exhaling through the right. Inhaling through the right side. And exhaling through the left. Inhaling left side. Exhaling through the right. Inhaling through the right side.
exhaling through the left.
Inhaling left. Exhaling right. Inhaling right. And exhaling left. Again, you might continue to stay in Shavasana. You might continue to keep practicing this form of pranayama, this breathing practice in your own time when you're ready. And the end is we finish by breathing out through the left nostril. At that point, you might choose to bring both hands down onto your knees or into your lap. Coming into a comfortable space, again, whether you're lying down or seated, doesn't matter. Just observing maybe the effects of the breathing meditation, balancing between left and right forms of energy. When you finish, maybe take a few moments just to sit, absorb and notice in your meditation, or stay lying down. I'd like to thank you for joining me again for a home practice from my lounge room to yours. I hope to see all of your beautiful faces again very soon. I wish you well.